let's start with gold, because we did have this sort of ramping up of rhetoric about North Korea over the weekend, continuing into today, and it hasn't really been seen, really expressed in the market anywhere, except maybe in gold. Is that what's going on there?
Yeah, gold futures have had just an amazing boost here over the last, really month when this started to gain some steam. And really it kind of started off in Syria, some of the geopolitical tensions, and then shifted over to North Korea. I mean, they did have that failed missile launch. There is a lot of speculation as to the U.S. involvement with hacking the missile system. But otherwise, I think that gold futures will probably continue to get a decent bid. I think we'll push through that $1,300 level. It'll catch a lot of investors, off guard because, a lot of stop losses are up there, and people are too focused right now still on the Fed and the Fed's ability to raise rates multiple times and tighten the balance sheet as the year goes on. So gold does have its headwinds here, but from geopolitical purposes, it should continue to move higher, and I really think a 1350 objective is likely.
And what about the French election also? That's another event that has mostly been confined to Europe in terms of any sort of reaction or market movement related to it. Is gold also reacting to the various poll numbers there as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we saw a little bit of a reaction here when the UK had left that Eurozone, and I would expect, if the French election does take that kind of turn, and we do see that, the right people being elected in there, they may start to move in that direction. If you see that happen, you'll probably see Sweden as well make that move, and the whole EU could completely unravel. If that's the case, you're probably going to see that flight back into gold again, and these are the types of developments that people got to keep an eye out for if they're trading gold. So it's several different events that are taking place, sequentially, and the Fed is really kind of it's not moving as a result of those higher interest rates.
I mean, at the same time, once you get past the French election, could that then be a risk factor in the other direction? If indeed you don't have, for example, Le Pen victory, could you see then gold correct to the downside?
Yeah, I think gold's going to have some push and pull to it. I mean, some of these geopolitical events and also that election, if the election does change, and we don't see Le Pen, we'll probably see gold pull back a little bit. If you see North Korea, all of a sudden they take more of a muted tone. They get maybe some of these, they oftentimes use this geopolitical risk to try and get perhaps, some sanctions lifted, things like that. You'll see gold backpedal a little bit. So, I mean, if you're long gold, you've been in there for, a couple months catching the move, definitely you want to move those stop losses up, maybe take a small portion of your position off, but I think the correction could happen.
And let's get to oil quickly here, because we do have maybe some more confidence in OPEC, but warring against what's going on with the rig count here in the U.S. So is that why we're sort of seeing a little bit of waffling back and forth with oil?
So today we've got option expiration for the May options. That's why we're stuck at this $53 level. But tomorrow, I think oil will start to make another move again. You do have OPEC wanting to push it up to $60. There was a lot of articles over that over the weekend. The U.S. production and rig count will continue to rise. So it is definitely a fight between the two. I think ultimately oil prices will come back down to $50 before that next OPEC meeting.